Hey everyone. In this episode, I just want to touch on two sort of specific things that we do here. Again, you're going to just see like XY FALCON GT. You're probably going, yeah, so what, whatever. Seen it all before. But there's a reason. There's probably two reasons why this car is here. And I often get asked a lot of times, people have cars that have been sitting in storage for a very long time, whether it's been uncovered, covered, maybe it's just, whether it's been in a shed or a workshop or something like that. And a lot of people ask, they always come to me and go, I don't think you can get it back up. Like, I think it's done. Like, I think it needs a paint job. And, what do you think, So I want to touch on a bit on that in this video. And then also want to touch on, there's another reason for this car being here. And it brings me back to the video that I did, when we did the tribute video for my dad's XY. And that is sentimental value. So, a lot of people inherit specifically, cars like this. It doesn't even need to be a car like this, doesn't need to be a muscle car. It can just be any car, but it has sentimental value. And I think when I did that video, it triggered off a lot of things in a lot of people's minds about, honouring their parents, sons, daughters, whatever it is that may have passed. A vehicle has, a lot of that person in them. So that's another reason why this car is here. Is also it is, it's been left behind. Parents have passed, and they want to sort of, remember them or have it, as part of the, their journey going forward, as a, part of their loved ones that have passed. So we'll probably go back to, the condition of the car firstly, because again, these cars can be put in sheds and covers and or just being exposed to the elements over years, and it was very hard to show in the video, but we'll overlay it here, and you can sort of see, it is in bad shape. It's had a sort of, average paint job in its life, and then it's had wear and tear over the top of that. So, a lot of people think that that's it. Like, we're going to have to respray the car to get it back up. Or it's like, this is too hard. Let's just get rid of it because it's a mess, And sometimes they come in and people, I've had cars come in and even I've gone, geez, what are we going to do here? Like, am I even going to, sort of, and I sort of start thinking about, the fact that, they want to restore this car because it belongs to someone that's passed. And I'm like, if I don't give it, the justice it deserves, I sort of, start worrying that, I'm not going to be able to, I guess, not do my job, but just, not be able to honour it the way that, like I had done with my dad's car. So, and when this came in, I sort of had that sort of feeling. Well, once we got it under the lights, it was like, there's a lot of work here. So, but in saying that, once you start chipping away at it, I've never had a customer come back and not say like, wow, that is just, that's unbelievable. Like, I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure we can do the maximum without, blowing budgets and stuff like that. And Now, with that, you know, there's another flip side to that story as well, is restorations and paint jobs cost a lot of money. Now, this might eventually get painted, and some of the cars that have come in this sort of similar condition do have plans to be restored or painted at some point. But when you've pulled it out of storage and you just want to sort of get it sort of running and, you know, drivable and presentable, so you can sort of enjoy it and honour obviously the ones that have passed. So, and this is the case here. So we've got it to a point where, you know, you can still, you know, take it out on the weekend and it's going to present really, really well for what it is. Yeah, it's going to have some scratches. It's going to have some, you know, small little dents and some small little patina, scratch, you know, chip marks and stuff like that. But you know, the car is a 1970-ish vehicle, so what's that, 55-ish sort of years? You know, if you do them, you know, once you start getting to a level when they're sort of show or concourse, you're not driving them very often, and at least this way here you can enjoy it, know that, you know, you know, it's a part of your family sort of history, and yeah, feel comfortable in doing it, and it presents really well. So yeah, I just thought I'd sort of, you know, like I said, yeah, that video. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description. You know, my dad's ex-wife was in a similar state. Like we hadn't had polished that car for, you know, since it got you know, rebuilt or restored back in the late 80s, early 90s. You know, and this sort of reminded me of that job, and I thought, you know, it'd be good to just sit down and let people know that, you know, there are things we can do instead of, you know, restoring or painting, or if you want to, you know, prolong that or save up money for that sort of stuff, we can sort of get the cars, you know, presentable. And I think we've sort of achieved that with this car as well. So Owen's picking it up this morning, and I've already sent him a few photos. And it's in fact, I sent him some photos during the week, and he was like, you know, so happy, one, for the car, but it was more about the sentimental value, and that, you know, the memory's going to live, you know, the memory of the car is going to live on, you know, within his family. So yeah, we can fix a lot of stuff here. You know, if you are looking at doing, or you have some, it doesn't need to be of sentimental value too. Like we've just done cars. Guys have bought cars that are, you know, a little bit on the patina side, and yeah, it's amazing what a good polish or a good detail can do to bring them up. Just get them presentable. It doesn't need to be, you know, show car or a concourse car to be in here. We love doing that sort of stuff, but we love doing this sort of stuff, and this gives me just as much, you know, pleasure, you know, privilege and honour than any of the show cars and that we do too. So yeah, just a quick one for you today, guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like this car, and yeah, like I said, if you haven't, please jump on the website as well. If you haven't already, you know, do all the fancy like, subscribe and share on, share the page, share the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.